Hello and good day, kids. Happy Monday. How we doing? Metal. It is Todd from ToJu Racing. It is time to do the Monday Metal Ramble. Are you ready to hear me ramble about slot car crap? Well, if you are, great. And if you're not, sorry. Here we go. Let's ramble.
Look at me. I'm rambling again.
All right, Metal. Hello and good day, kids. How are we doing? I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a great weekend and is having a good Monday. It is still decent weather here in the Midwest, temperature-wise. However, Wednesday, that's all changing. It's going to be in the 30s, and it doesn't look like it's going to change. And we may get snow on Friday, measurable snow, they say. So that's outstanding, isn't it? Wait, not really. I'm not ready. I feel it shouldn't snow till December. You know what I mean? We'll see what we get. It's all good. So, happy Turkey Week. I hope everybody's prepared for Thanksgiving, for the, I don't know if carnage is the right word, for the chaos that Thanksgiving can be. It's fairly easy for me. Thanksgiving's not a big affair at my place, but I still make up some nice chow and all that, so that's good. So we're excited for that. I wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving with friends and family, and hopefully you can get together with friends and family and get on your slot car track, you know what I mean? So, do it if you can. All right, so welcome to the Ramble. This is where I talk about what's going on in my slot car world. We got a busy week and a lot to go over today. So let's get started right away. First thing, no wrong way to slot car, everybody. If you want to wreck your cars, you want to smash them into each other, you want a ghost car, you want to race with your buddies, you want to do whatever on your slot car track, it doesn't matter. As long as you're having fun with it, man. And it doesn't matter what size slot cars there are, there is no wrong way to slot car. Remember that. All right. Slot Yard Discord. I say this every week. If you're not part of it, you should be. There's a link below. Join it. It's free. It's awesome. You can talk to a lot of people. You can do phone calls, whatever, video calls, all that crap. It's awesome. Scott's House of HO. Scott's looking to get 5,000 people. You guys know this. Hopefully you've subscribed to him and checked him out. If not, please do. Tell your friends. He's going to do a big giveaway at the end of the year when he gets to 5,000. And Scott does great giveaways every week. He rocks. He is a true great member of the slot car community. So give him your love if you haven't. We appreciate it. So does he. Luke, MX69. If you want a sweet custom sign of your logo like that, you can get with Luke on eBay. That's right. There is a link below where you can go to Luke's eBay store. He has a lot more stuff than just the custom signs, all kinds of different slot car signs, slot car custom 3D printed stuff that's really cool and all that. You should check it out. You can use the code ToJu Racing 20 and you can save 20% when you check out. Link is below, so is the discount code. Christmas is coming, and it doesn't have to be for your slot car track. You could get something for your child, your kid's baseball team, your kid's football, hockey, whatever it may be. He can hook you up, man. Luke is an awesome dude, and he appreciates your support. All right, sticker exchange. We got 3 that came in this week. We'll show on mail call, and I sent 3 out last week, ironically. And I got to send 1 this week down to Australia. I just haven't been able to get to the store yet. I'm going to try to do that today or tomorrow to get some last-minute things. So I'm going to make some little mini pecan pies for Thanksgiving. I don't need a whole damn pie. I usually do a whole pie and then I eat it all. And I don't need a whole pecan pie. I'm already chunky enough as it is. So, all right. Anyway. All right. Hatman, status on the track. No updates on his track. Slot speed, I'm waiting for the chip to come in so I can try that out and give it a demo in one of my cars and see how it works compared to the Carson chip. I'm sure it's going to work awesome. We really appreciate Steve sending me a chip. Did I say Slot Sync? I meant Slot Speed chips. On Slot Sync, you should join Slot Sync. There's a link below. You put your track in and you virtual race with everybody else that's set up on Slot Sync. It's really cool. And if you haven't done it, you should do it. It's really cool, and it will make you a better racer because you have to do X amount of laps, and you're going to want to do them as fast as possible without wrecking. So it will make you a better driver. I highly recommend it. It's really cool. And you get to be on the high scoreboard like the old video games, which is just exciting and fun to me. I love that. All right. So, now let's get to stuff I need to talk about. So, on the bench last week was Mike's white Porsche. He took it home with him, so it's not here. But it's a 911 RSR GT. And he wanted me to put a 25K motor in it. And when we first ran that car, we just put the, excuse me, time for some metal coffee. Yes, that's right, kids, metal coffee. On a cold fall morning, there's nothing like a steaming cup of metal coffee. This is actually iced coffee, but anyway, it sounded good for the commercial. I'm actually going to try to do a real metal coffee commercial. Just as a joke. We'll see. I might. Anyway, so back to Mike's car. I don't need my clipboard right now. So back to Mike's car. So I went through and did my normal stuff. I did a video, and I might put the video out, but I got really annoyed during the video because I couldn't get the motor to fit right. And, you know, I get it in there, and it's in there, and the axle's turning really stiff. What didn't seem right, you know what I mean? And anyway, when we first put the car on the track, it didn't run very good. It slid all over the place, and you know, compared to the rest of our cars, and it was just busting loose on the stock tires and all that stuff. And Mike tends to be a little, he's got lead fingers, you know what I mean? He likes to go fast, and well, it all added up well. It didn't go well, and he was not happy with its performance. He asked me to go through it, you know, and do my thing with it and tune it and all that stuff, and then put the 25K motor in it. So I did all of these said things, and I put it on the track, and it was running like crap. I mean, it ran better before. I mean, it was stuttering. It wasn't running right at all. The motor was getting warm, and I'm like, you know, something's not right. So I looked at it again to see if I had maybe put the motor in incorrectly, and it wasn't sitting flat like it should or something. And no, it was sitting flat. But I got to looking at it, and you guys know when you pull it apart, it's got the plate where you put the drive shaft through, and then the other plate that holds it in. The drive shaft plate's bigger, you know what I mean? It goes up, it's the half round, like I said, with the hole. Shove your drive shaft through. There's a joke here somewhere, by the way. Anyway, I look, and that plate is bent back just the slightest bit. And I'm like, that's not right. So I grab the old motor, and I pull the old motor out of the chassis, and I compare it. And the Piranha 25K motor is maybe 2 or 3, 4, 5 millimeters longer. I think that's the right distance. Just a skosh longer than the other one. So it did not fit in the motor cradle correctly. You would have to basically somehow or another Dremel that out in the back so that it would fit. And I don't know. I mean, the 21.5s fit in there perfectly. We have 5 cars with those in it. Between one of mine and 4 of the other guys' cars, all have the super motors in them. Dirty Dave, Dave the Hat Man, Kurt, and Mike all have supercars. That's what we call them, because they've got those motors in it. And they are really fast and responsive, you know what I mean, compared to the Carrera motor. Anyway, so I don't recommend anyone uses those 2500 Piranha motors. Unless maybe his was just one off and it didn't fit because it was, you know, not built correctly or something like that. If anybody knows anything about this, please comment down below, because I'd love to know if they had success using one of them motors. Just it's because it's supposed to be plug and play, and it was not. Anyway, so that's the bad news. Here's the interesting news. I went ahead and tuned the tires and all that and got it all going, and that car is godlike. Oh, by the way, both of the magnets had the shims down. I flipped all that over, did my full tune, the normal thing I do. You guys have seen me do it before. And, sorry, this is bugging me. My OCD, one of my little scenery things wasn't sitting where it was supposed to, sorry. It was bugging me. So at any rate, that car ran insane. I couldn't believe it. I was telling Mike about it, and he immediately got depressed. Then I told him the good news, and I said, just go over here and try it. On Power Level 6, which is where we waste most of our GT cars, there are only 2 places on the track where you had to do trigger control, which is just outstanding. It's normally about 5 or 6. So Amazing, amazing. The car's performance was amazing. Mike won 2 races. You'll see them in the races that we're going to post. By the way, we had, sorry, let me finish this subject. Anyway, you'll see in the races, Mike wins 2 GT races in a row. But that car can be defeated, dang it. I'm going to get on the bench my Porsche that was right there. I'm going to get that tuned this week, probably tonight, and try that baby out and see if I can replicate that performance. But the thing is some cars are unicorns, and you guys know this. So it's just interesting. That might be just one of those cars that's really good. But Mike really hasn't had many victories, so that was really great for him to get that victory and have that car that runs good for him. So congrats, Mike, and the victories and the car being nice. So, and he tipped me a 21.5 motor to do all that. And he even said to me, he's like, hey, I've got another one of those. You think I should put it in that? And I said, why would you change anything on that car with the way it just ran? Well, yeah, that's true. But the way it hugs, I'm like, don't mess with that car, man. Pick another one. You got lots of cars. But we'll see what each other decides. All right, so there's the first interesting thing I have. Oh, no, it's leaking on my notes. All right, got to make sure I don't get that metal. I don't want to put that there. Okay. All right. So I showed this last week. I've got a video of this, working on it, and I will get that eventually updated and posted. But this bad boy's done and ready. So we got the shelves all done. And those pins in the back just keep it from falling down when you slide it out. The bottom one's big enough to put the trucks in. And when you put it in, you just kind of slightly lift it, slide it all the way back, and drop it, and it's good to go. Same with this. You can fit 4 cars in there. They fit nice and snug. I'm sorry, I'm not showing that very well. So you just had to glue these two together, and then we put those supports there. Den made those custom supports. And if you guys are interested in getting these shelves, the files for these that are updated, that have it split and the pins and everything, and then the backup pieces, I can get you those files if you want. Leave me a comment down below with your email, and we'll talk, and I can get you those files. And then, like I said, it's got the platform right there to work on your car. And look at all this beautiful sticker space. Dale gave me that idea. So lots and lots of sticker space. And this is a great handy little $20 box. It's about $10, you know. I gave Den for the filament. Dave the Hat Man and Kurt are both having Den create this stuff for him, so they'll have mobile boxes. And Mike's got that really sweet attaché case that his mother picked him up off Amazon that is really nice. It's a briefcase. I think you guys have seen those with the foam. They're really nice. All right, so next thing to talk about. So I talked about the barn find for the Hat Man. He went and picked up said barn find. 9 cars. It was $320 with a track set. And there's some rare cars in there. Here's the box of cars. Wednesday, we're going to do an unboxing. So we're going to do what might be in the box on a Wednesday. And we're going to show you guys the Hat Man barn find and the 9 cars. And since I helped Dave out a lot, I could not believe he did this. And what a great friend. He gave me 2 of them. And we'll get to those too during that Wednesday. But yeah, he gave me 2 cars. He said, here, these are for you, man. You do a lot for me. And, you know, so I'm going to go through his cars and grease them up and clean them for him and all that. I'm not going to true all of his tires. I'll swap the tires out for him. I did get tires for him. He bought them, of course. But for all the cars and all that from Carrera Slots, urethanes and all that. So very cool on the barn find. So one thing I wanted to mention, this is for the guys running urethanes. This track has been down for a while now, and it's been down so long that there's actually, you can see the leftover urethane rubber tire lines in the corners and in the straights from the cars running. So the rubber is working itself down onto the track, which will make the track run better overall. And if you run silicones, that just doesn't happen because it pulls all the rubber up. So just a very neat thing. I might do a video of that sometime. It's not that important, but I could show you if you guys needed me to. But anyway, so that's really cool. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers. Once we get over 1,000 to a decent number, you know, a few over that, then we maintain that a week or so, then I'll start talking about what I plan on doing on the little giveaway I'm gonna do. It's not gonna be huge, but we're gonna do a few things. So we'll talk more about that then. But like I said, you got to watch the Ramble to find out about it. I'm not doing no separate video about the giveaway. It's going to be for the people that are loyal and watch this and pay attention and all that. You know what I mean? So more to come on that. All right. I think that's everything for this phase of this week. Yeah, that's it. So let's move on to the next phases. Metal. Oh, before we do, Phoebe, you want to make an appearance? Come here. Get up. Come here. She's right here. I'll just show her. You don't got to get up, Phoebe. We don't want to stress you out or anything. There she is. Hi, sweetie. Are you pretty? Are you pretty? You a pretty dog? You pretty? That's the camera. You see? All right, Phoebe. All right, kids. Moving on to the next phases. Metal. All right, kids. Welcome to the segment of On the Bench. Of the segment we call On the Bench. All right. So, as I mentioned, we got Mike's Porsche cleared out. So, this is my other Porsche that is just like that. And I've also got the Golf one. But the Golf one, like I said, I pulled the mags from. So, this one we're going to go through and do everything we did that we normally do and see if we can get that one to perform as well as Mike's, because it was disturbing. And I'm going to try to get this masked off tonight to paint tomorrow, because we got cold weather coming and it doesn't look like it's going to go away. And then I finally started on the truck. So I got the ball gauge tires, but I forgot to order 2 sets. So that's got to happen. There's not a ton we can really do to this. I am going to go ahead and do a guide upgrade. On the front axle, you can't pull it, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I don't care for the way they did that. It's just molded in there, you know what I mean? They went kind of cheap on the truck, in my opinion. You know, like it doesn't have a driver or windshield. It's just black and no lights whatsoever. Like I said, I feel they went a little cheap with that. And, you know, we'll go ahead and get those tuned. We will true this bad boy, true the tires, and get the rear axle done up as best we can. Then we'll just drop some oil on the front. The front actually rolls pretty good already, in all truth. Then I've got the Carson chip to put in there. Just the guides. I hate the guides on the Scalextric, and I'm not very good with those, putting in those slot invasion guides. It's the guide's not the problem. It's getting the braids to sit in there correctly. I can never get them to sit in there right. Anyway, that's a personal problem. So Mike asked me to go through his Chevelle and tune it up, and I got him some tires. These tires are woefully thin. Look at that. Those should be 2-3 times that size. Anyway, I got some tires for him, and we're gonna get those put on there and trued up and all that. He's going to tip me and all that. I work on my friends' cars, I tell you. Anyway, and then I got to paint these guys up. They're all primered up and ready to paint. So that is what's on the bench this week. Thanks, everybody. Let's move to the next segment. Metal. All right, everybody. Welcome to Mail Call. We got 3 envelopes this week in the sticker exchange. Our first one is from Dale in Texas. Dale's super cool. He helped us with the box that I showed you earlier, the slot car box. Hi, Todd. Thanks a ton for your stickers. I love them. I don't have any of my own to trade with. I thought you might like these. At least I didn't see that you already had any. Ignore the instructions inside. We dog set this past weekend. Take care. And metal, Dave. I've dog set for people, and the instructions can be quite lengthy at times, so I understand. Thank you, Dale. Let's see what we got here. Bobcats. I don't have any Bobcat stickers. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, these will go on the track somewhere. I don't have that one. That's cool. Thank you very much, Dale. These are stickers I didn't have. I will get these somewhere on the track because we're working on those corners, and those guardrails are huge and just anxious for stickers. All right, our next one. This is from Bryce in Canada from Gooset Slots. Oh, yeah. Nice stickers, Bryce. Wow, lots of them, too. 4, thank you. All right, that's got to go on the wall of fame, that's for sure. And then the spares, we'll figure somewhere to put them. I might, like, cut it and use Gooset Slot Cars at one point and then the duck in the car at another point. But we'll get that all sorted out. Thank you, Bryce. These are awesome stickers. Let's see what he had to say. Todd, thank you for sharing your slot car journey with us and your metal motivation. Thank you, buddy. You're an important part of this community. Keep up the great videos. Thanks, Bryce. That really means a lot, man, truly. And you're an important part of this community too, Bryce. We've got such a great community in the slot car world, I really have to say so. I save all my correspondences, so I'm putting these up here with the rest of those. Someone needs to make one of these, but for slot cars. Wouldn't you say? I think so. All right, this last one's a mystery. I think I know who it's from, but I don't want to say and be wrong. Story of my life's being wrong, so no need to. Hi, Todd. Thought you needed some more metal. Mel and Kaz. Oh, these are from Mal. Okay. Hey, Mal. How you doing there? Mal has 3 Rooms Raceway down in Canada. Down in Canada. Down in Australia. I don't want to mess nothing up here. I have to be careful. Thank you, Mal and Kaz. We appreciate it. Let's see what we got. And we always love more metal, man. Oh, wow. Nice. These ones are chrome. Metal. I get it now. That's sweet, man. These are going to go on the guardrails for sure. Thanks, Mal and Kaz. I really appreciate these stickers. All right, that's everything for Mail Call this week, folks. All right, let's move to the next segment. Okay, just an update on this corner. I'm working on getting the lights in on this, and I want to say, if any of you guys do this, get your pigtails ready in the connectors ahead of time, because this is a total pain in the butt. I've got to cut each one and, then link them up while they're there in place. I'm thinking about pulling it off and then putting it back on after I get the wires on, but I want to kind of get the wires sized, to go underneath with the bus panel I put in there. That's not the right word, but you guys know what I mean. I showed them last week on the thing. But anyway, it's just a total pain in the butt, and I got annoyed yesterday and quit working on it, but I am going to get back to it and get that corner done this week. So when I do this corner here, I'm going to go ahead and get all the wires put in, and I'm going to pull that off and get everything done ahead of time before wire-wise. At least get some longer pigtails attached to them. Den's going to help me with it when I do the other corners there. Those big ones. He's going to wire them up for me so that we've got like 2-foot pigtails coming out of each one to connect to, because it's totally a pain in the butt. I'm going to make them kind of custom sized for that one. And this one I'm going to pull them off and get them on there, kind of like with what Den's doing. But hopefully this week we're going to have both that corner and that corner in. So just a little quick update on that. All right, everybody. Metal. All right, kids, it is time for the 5. All right, these are slot car channels that you should check out, and there are links down below, as always, that you can get to and just click on and go check these out. So I recommend it. It's up to you, though, of course. First one is Davis 124 Scale Racing. He's got a really cool page, a great track, and lots of cool videos. You should go check that out. Watch some of his videos. Give a thumbs up, make a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Give him some love, man. Number 2 is Flo Slot Car. This one is a very new one to me, and pretty cool stuff on there. So you should go check that out and see what you can Watch. All right, the next one is Speedy Slot Cars. This one is a very new page. He's got a really nice setup already. He's only been in the hobby like 6 to 9 months. He's already got a huge track, a really nice setup, lots of nice cars. He's only got 16 subscribers, so help this guy out, you guys. Come on. You can do it. And he looks like he's going to be a good member of the community. He's got a nice video where he's like, hey, where do I go next? You know, have I progressed the way I should? And he absolutely has. Maybe kind of quickly, but that's how lots of us do. You jump in the rabbit hole and it sucks you in. So, very cool. All right, number 4, OK Slot Car Testing. He's got a great page, lots of cool cars, showing tests on all the cars and stuff. Go check it out. And for the last one, it's a short by GWireX. This is really neat. He's it's a picture of his track layout, and he has a 4-lane track that uses 2 chicanes and goes down to a 2-lane for part of the track and then back to a 4-lane, which is just really ingenious and sweet and just a really neat idea. And I wish I had the kind of space to do that on my table. I don't have the kind of space to do something quite that cool. It's really neat. And there's a link below where you can check that out. I mentioned his channel before. He's a really good guy. We've even done the sticker exchange. So if you guys want to do a sticker exchange with him, you know, just reach out to him, Gino. But Gino, that's super cool what you've done with that 4 to 2 lane, then back to 4-lane track. I really like it. I can't wait to see it when you totally get it done. All right, everybody. So that pretty much wraps up this week's show. Again, I want to tell everyone to have a very happy Thanksgiving. Spend time with your friends and family. Everybody have a great week and eat lots of turkey and all that good stuff. You know, that's what we do here in America. So, you know, and if you're overseas and you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving nonetheless. But anyway, so happy Thanksgiving again, everyone. Have a great week. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Get on your slot car track if you can. Do slot sync. It's a great way to get on the slot car track or to give you a reason to get on said slot car track. And I need to get some times in this week. I'm going to try to do that. I've just been super busy. So, again, thanks everybody for tuning in. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And we'll see you later, Slot Cowboys. Race on. Metal. Bye-bye.